Welcome back to my channel, and we'll be covering today, as the title says, Mr. Hulksden Gaming. Yes, Hulksden Gaming, the one and only big boy in TM. And while we was watching all of the coverage and obviously fighting in the live streams, we was fortunate enough to see some really cool, basically flying combat and cavalry combat between Hulksden Gaming versus basically GG13 on the south side. So let's go over it. Let's cover all of this open field experience, and let's see how devastating these cavalries really are. Hello, yes, smash a like, comment and subscribe for more daily videos of me, MrSneakyy, and we're here, and we're going to be reviewing a little bit of Hulksden Gaming. We're going to basically go over, more importantly, Cavs. We're not going to obviously break down too much of his gameplay, but we are going to cover his ability to use these cavalries as one murder ball. So that's what we're going to be doing, seeing how much damage he lays out, because honestly the way he uses them is actually pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. There's some times where you might look and you wish, you know, maybe I could have been attacking there, or maybe he could have repositioned a little bit quicker. Who knows, right? Everyone has lagging issues in game. But when we're looking at just some philosophy stuff that Hulksden Gaming does with his cavalry, we can actually learn quite a lot, because you can see here we've got, honestly, all of these flying units from GG13 fighting UDF and obviously killing their weaker members, because these guys were trying to obviously build the flag up here, right? But Hulksden Gaming saw this. So what he's doing is he's trying to use his cavalry, as you can see, to basically pick apart players. And that's very clever, because if we look back here and we watch the charge all the way from back here, we can see that Hulksden Gaming, obviously positioned right there, was around this location, out of sight almost. So you guys maybe lost attention or lost focus. And then he immediately charges in to get these guys that are straggling out of position. And it's really nice to see this, because look how much damage he's about to inflict on this poor soul. Because he's in the yellow, and now he's instantly in the red. Now he switches onto another target and does the same thing. And the thing I really liked here was that cyclone blade usage, right? So if you look at spring blade right there, he's basically attacking right now here to charge up all of his artifacts. So it might look a bit weird on paper, but it actually has a little bit of method to the madness. And there we can see all of his artifacts coming out in one go, and he just absolutely obliterated that troop. You can see it walking home dead while he did a ton of area of effect damage, and he's out of there. He's instantly out of there. And what I want to say here, and I saw this live stream, this is arguably one of the nicest pop-outs I have ever seen in gaming history. Honestly, Silver Slicer, the way he jumps out of this and actually protects Hulksden Gaming right here is fantastic. It is instant. Watch how quick this is. We're going to watch Hulksden Gaming now running out around his city. Deegan, boom, instantly gets 5x swarmed with the rampage trigger, meaning he ain't escaping, boys. And just like that, he melts the march. And Silver Slicer obviously going in for a bit of fun. You might want to jump back into your, obviously, city so you don't get all your troops absolutely melted. But we can see though the time he, you know, made and space created for Hulksden Gaming, because you're going to be surprised that Hulksden is not over right now. Hulksden's got more to come, because he's just basically readdressing or like re-looking at the battlefield, which I think is very clever when you're looking at cavalry, because we can see again now he's in the frame. He's now basically on the prowl. He's basically understood that you have forgotten about his cavalry, and look at him now. He's coming straight in to try and capture basically those guys on really low units, and just like that, he runs straight in onto Ripper, and he's doing so much area of effect damage, and now he's cleaning up the top guy, and he's on 1 health, and boom, just like that, he killed 2. He kills 2 units in an in and out fashion, and I honestly love this. And there we go. Look, you think he's over and done with. You thought he was done. No, guys, he's not done. he goes back in and he's trying to get more. And I love the fact we can see this kind of cavalry in and out gameplay. But it doesn't end there, and it gets a little bit more comical, and I think people will enjoy this because it does get funnier the longer we get in, because Hulksden knows he's in trouble in certain times. He needs to get out in certain situations, but we can still see the basic philosophy in the same, right? He needs to go in and out, and right now Drow, one of the bigger T5 players, is had enough. He's like, bro, you're not gonna do any more bullying to my alliance. And Hulksden needs to figure out a way to basically deal damage to Drow without realistically hitting him, so he doesn't take, you know, counter-attack damage, normal attack damage and all that. So you might be wondering, how can he do that? How can I deal damage without actually dealing damage? And Hulksden knows a really clever way, and it's by basically NBA styling, basically snapping your legs. He literally does a fantastic move there, and we pause it beautifully. We basically get Drow in a position here, and he's basically getting hit by that tower. And what Hulksden does is fling his spring blades here and moves his troops instantly away, knowing obviously the spring blade is going to do some damage, but more importantly, when it comes back, it's going to do even more damage on the return, right? So we can see, look, he's missed some, but boom, 12.9k damage dealt to Drow's cavalry units there because of the spring blades. And it was a really good way of using cavalry. And I honestly want to showcase this because anyone trying to use cavalry or learn, you know, the ways of being a good cavalry player needs to learn these little types of tricks where we can see Hulksden going in and out of combat constantly. You're not in combat forever. You need to get in, do your job, and get out as fast as you can. And if you do this correctly, you're going to be doing your job right. But this is the ending of the Hulk experience, and I know he must have had fun, and these guys definitely had fun too. And Hulksden now is basically on escape mode. So can this be mission impossible? Can he get all of these cavalry units out while still getting chased by easily 20 plus marches here, which is so funny to watch. All of these flying mages chasing after him, knowing obviously they're not fast enough. With a little dab out, honestly, I hope they're having a little bit of fun. Tailwind's out, but Drow honestly kills one of his units. And if you notice here, Drow is faster. Drow is actually faster than Hulksden Gaming. He purposely doesn't use any artifacts here. Hulksden uses Mighty Tailwind, but look, Drow is overtaking him. He's actually overtaking him, and only because of the terrain, he loses out on the spot. But there we go, we're already going on the inside, Lewis Hamilton style, going into opening the DRS, and he tries to kill one of Hulksden Gaming's marchers, right? And this is honestly a little bit of fun between them two. They just tried to finish it out here. You can see Hulksden trying his best again to snap the angles and do this really clever Cyclone Blade trick here on Drow to deal some really good damage. But that's it. That is it. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. I hope you've maybe learned a little bit from Hulk here and myself, you know, reviewing his little gameplay and, you know, breaking it down on what he's actually doing here with his cavalry units in Call of Dragons. And maybe you've enjoyed it, and maybe you might try, you know, snapping someone else's ankles with that spring blade fling and getting it back. And if you enjoyed today's episode, smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And until the next one, stay safe, stay sneaky, and peace out.